Hi friends, welcome to my cozy haven. My name is Fiona. I'm really glad you clicked on my video today. I'm sorry this is late going out. I'm recording this on Sunday afternoon, hence the reason why the lighting is not great. I've got my main light above me on. But yeah, this week has kind of run away from me. This weekend has run away from me. And it's just a case of, right, okay, I've managed to carve out this amount of time to film this video and get it up, and fingers crossed that happens, because I've got 2 hours before my other half arrives to pick up his Christmas presents. Thankfully they're all wrapped, everything's done, but Dad and I still got to make the Christmas cake. We want to make the sponge today so we can decorate it maybe Tuesday. So it's just, I still have to shower, wash hair. It's like I am a hot mess express over here, guys. Reading wise has been not a bad week, I have to admit. I have read more than I thought I was going to manage to read, which is really, really good. Shall we talk about the first book? So the first book I finished was Christmas in Harmony Harbour by Debbie Mason. This was the final book in the Harmony Harbour series. Absolutely loved the book, loved the whole series. This book I'm probably going to give 4.5 out of 5 out for this one. So we meet Evie, and we've met Evie in the previous books. She's Evie Christmas, and she runs the Harmony House all year round Christmas shop. But things are not going so well for her. And Kane, God, what's Kane's second name? Oh my God, Kane Elliott. He is the developer that, 1, wants to buy Greystone Manor, but 2, also wants to buy Harmony Harbour House, tear a whole lot down and build a tower block of offices. And Evie and a lot of the main street shop owners are against it. So she ends up saying to Kane, okay, if you fulfill 3 wishes on the angel tree, then I will take your offer on the store, and I will help gain support from the other, townsfolk. So he accepts the conditions, and it's basically the story of Kane fulfilling those conditions. Also, Kane realizing what he wants in life, and realizing that maybe his grandmother was wrong. That his grandmother is bitter and really shouldn't be bitter for various reasons. It's Evie discovering that having a man to help her and listen to her can be good if it's the right man. I thought it was such a cute story. I also liked Kane's Uncle Seamus. Uncle Seamus was just a delightful character, full of sparkle and wit. And Kane, when he got, you started to get to know him better, was a really nice guy. So I'm really, really glad that I read this whole series with Elizabeth. So thank you, Elizabeth. I have loved our buddy read all year. And if you're looking for a really good, cozy series to read, Harmony Harbour will definitely fit the bill. So this was the first book I finished this week. I then picked up a Christmas Duet by Debbie Maycomer. This is my nod to Debbie December. I'm sorry guys, I've only managed to get one in. I know I've got time. I could probably fit in another one if I wanted to, but I've got other books that I want to read as well. But I definitely wanted to participate. So yeah, really enjoyed this one. So we meet Hayley, and Hayley is, she's very, very musical, and she teaches music in a high school, but she also loves to write her own music and songs. And this Christmas, her mother invites her ex-boyfriend Zach to spend Christmas, or put it this way, Zach invites himself. And Hayley's like, nah, I'm not having this. And her best friend says, look, my grandmother's got a cabin near Podunk. Do you want it? We can't use it this Christmas, but you are more than welcome to go and use it. And she went, oh, that'd be great. So she goes and she arrives, but she finds that she has some unwanted shall we say, fellow guests, as in raccoons, a family of raccoons. So she ends up going into town and goes to the hardware store because that's where she's been told she will get, her friend has said, you go and speak to, I think the woman's name was Sheila. If you go and speak to her, or is it Thelma, something like that, she'll help you out. So she goes and the woman goes, oh yeah, Jethro will be up in the afternoon to help you out. But Jethro doesn't like to be called Jethro, he prefers to be called Jay. And he is also a musician. And he helps Hayley with the raccoon situation. He also comes and helps her decorate the house for Christmas. He gets her to play the song that she's written, and he really likes it. He helps her with a bit of it, and there's just lots of things that happen. And then her family arrive, including Zach, and it's like she's like, get lost. Her sister arrives first, then her mum and dad, and then Zach arrives, and she basically tells Zachary to get lost, which is, she's been telling him to do that, but point blank tells him to just go, which I'm glad he does. But it's also about her and her family reconnecting over Christmas and finding out what's important to them, not only as a family but as individuals. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to give this one 4.5 out of 5. I thoroughly enjoyed this one. It was definitely a fun read. I then picked up The Christmas Book Flood by Rosanna M. White. Thoroughly enjoyed this one. Probably give this one 4 out of 5. So we meet Tatiana, and Tatiana works for her uncle in Reykjavik at the book publishers. And on the side, unbeknownst to him, she also writes novels, and actually gets them published by her uncle's company. She has a slight, she likes Anders, who's one of the editors, and unbeknown to him, he is actually editing her books. Tatiana's sister phones her and says, look, would you take Aaliyah, my daughter, for Christmas? Because sister is pregnant, has been put on bed rest. Her husband has hurt himself on his fishing boat, and is also unable to do anything, can't really do very much. So Tatiana goes, yes, absolutely. But she needs to try and make Christmas special for her niece. And she asks Anders for his help, and they decorate the house. In Iceland, they have trolls that visit for 13 days before Christmas and leave things for the children. So he helps with that. And Tatiana, because it's the war, it's 1944. Iceland at that point they were quite well off because the Americans had come into the war and had come into Iceland. And, Iceland was quite wealthy in being able to have paper, etc. And Tatiana comes up with the idea of all the publishers within Reykjavik, that they put out a special book catalogue and people can order, books. I don't know whether they reduce the prices or what, but they can order books for their loved ones for Christmas. And I think this is where the Jólabókaflóð comes from, which is the book flood. And I think this is the idea behind it. And of course they are inundated with requests for books, and it's like the whole production area. And people editors are coming off of doing editing to help pack books and everything like that. It's also kind of Tatiana and Anders' kind of romance. It's like, will they, won't they? Will she end up telling him that yes, that she is this author? It's also how the wee girl, how she copes with being away from her mum and dad. and what happens with that situation. It was really well written. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It would be in my TBR as soon as I saw it, and I'm really glad I've read it. And I probably would read more by Rosanna M. White, but I just this was a really good read, and definitely a heartwarming read. The next one was one of my most anticipated reads for this Christmas, and that is Merry Everything by Joanne DiMaio. This is the next book in her winter series, and I absolutely adored this. This got 4.5 out of 5. We meet Eddie and Nora. Eddie, for the 2 weeks of Christmas, or 2 weeks leading up to Christmas, he works at the department store. Gosh, I can't even remember what it's called. Oh my good grief. Oh dear goodness, what's it called? Just talk amongst yourselves a minute, would you please? Reed's department store. And he works the old-fashioned elevator. So he's the man that goes going up, going down, you know, that's what he does. And on his first day for this coming year, he meets Nora. And Nora has just lost her job, but is coming in to buy, she needs to get something for putting CVs, etc. in for job applications. And he goes, wait a minute, I think I know someone who's looking for somebody. So he gets his colleague who is looking for someone. Nora interviews there and then gets the job. And they start a friendship. And this friendship continues for 7 years. And they see each other for these 2 weeks every Christmas for 7 years. And it's a will they won't they romance. It was beautifully, beautifully written. I love the descriptions of the department store. I love the descriptions of how they decorated both inside and outside. I really enjoyed Eddie and Nora's dialogue, their friendship, and how the story unfolded. This was a wonderful, wonderful addition to the winter series. And it was different from a number of them, but I just really, really enjoyed it. The fact that we get to see a department store and all the people that come into it, and you got to see Nora move up the ranks and where she went to and which departments and what she did in those departments and the people that she interacted with. It was just so fun. And seeing Eddie and all his colleagues and how well that they got on together and how much they cared about each other, and it was just absolutely wonderful. If you haven't read any of Joanne DiMaio's winter series, you do not have to read them in order. They can be read as standalones, which is good. But no, if you haven't read and you love descriptive writing, I would definitely give this series a try. And the book that I'm reading just now is Snow-Kissed by Rianne Thane. I am really enjoying this one. I'm not going to say much about it. I love the fact that there is disability representation in it. One of the wee girls has got Down syndrome, but to see Christmas through this child's eyes is it's wonderful. The way that Rianne has written it, you think you're there with her and you see everything that she's seeing. It is just such a delightful read so far. I'm on chapter 16. So how much have I got to read? Because there's a wee bonus. So I've got that to read. I will probably finish this before Christmas Eve, I would think. But no, I am just thoroughly enjoying being back in Shelter Springs, and just catching up with some people that we've met before. But it's just predominantly about Holly and Ryan. So I am thoroughly enjoying this one. I'm really glad that I've got it in my collection. And yeah, so that's what I'm reading at the moment. So yeah, as I say, it's been a good week, and we're just, getting things organised. Will I be ready for Christmas Day? Yeah, I will be ready for Christmas Day. I have made some decisions about things I'm not going to bake because I thought, no, I'm taking that pressure off. I will get them done during the festive season. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be that they've got to be bang on ready for Christmas Day. We've got other days within, Christmas time, which is good. I've just got Mum and Dad's stuff to wrap, but we'll do that between us. Like, obviously, Dad and I'll do Mum's, Mum and I'll do Dad's. So that's absolutely fine. Got everything. I just need to eat cranberry sauce. We've got everything for Christmas Day dinner, and I made it as simple as I could. Like, bought roast potatoes, bought parsnips and honey that we just roast in the oven. I got braised red cabbage and apple. So I'm making this as easy as we possibly can. I got stuffing balls already done. Pigs and blankets already done. We don't have the energy to do this year. Can't do everything. So I made executive decisions. And I think Mum and Dad are actually very glad I made executive decisions, so that's fine. But yeah, reading wise, it's been good. I'm looking forward to seeing what else I read this week. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing what Mum and Dad have picked for me for my Christmas Eve book. I am really looking forward to seeing that. It's going to be very interesting. See whether it's any of the ones I chose or whether they've gone off-piste, which I don't mind. But yeah, so that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed. Please come chat with me down in the comments. What have you been reading this week? How are your Christmas prep going? Are you ready? Are you not ready? I would love to know. What are your plans for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day? Ours, Christmas Eve, we have everything done by 5 o'clock. We have dinner, and then we do the Icelandic tradition. We hand each other a new book for Christmas Eve, and we sit on Christmas Eve, read that, listen to music, eat some chocolate, and it's just lovely. It's so relaxing. And then Christmas Day, we've got our neighbours are going to come in about 10:30 to have some coffee and mince pies and things like that. I've actually still got to make the mince pies. I've made the mince meat. I just need to make the mince pies, but I got the puff pastry. It's fine. So they're going to come in for a wee while, and then we'll just take our time. We'll open stockings, we will have dinner, we will read. It will be very, very quiet, very, very cosy, and just no stress, no hassle, which is ideal. So yeah, so that's kind of what we're going to be doing. But please come chat with me down in the comments. What are you going to be doing? I'd love to know. Have you read any of the books that I've read? Again, come chat with me down in the comments if you have, or if any of them sounded appealing to you. I would love to know. And on the way there, if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, I'd love you to subscribe and become part of this cozy haven over here. Hit the notification bell, it will tell you when I'm bringing out new videos. But this is it. This is the last video. Well, maybe not. I may be trying to squeeze one more in. There'll be the vlog next week, but I'll maybe try and squeeze one more video in. But if I don't, I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and it's filled with joy, love, happiness, peace, and it's just special and calm, and you just have a great time. And I will speak to you in my next video. Bye. Merry Christmas!